Viewer discretion is advised. Please do not look at their fingies. That's where the real horror is. Wow, what a spectacle of a film to watch today. This time we are revisiting the world of Resident Evil, but not those awful live-action movies. This time, we're looking at their first full-length animated feature, Degeneration. It's not a great movie, but it was special back in the day. To look at your beloved characters from the games doing their thing and you don't even have to control them. You don't have to go down those dark hallways fearing what jump scares might get you, or conserving your ammunition because you're obsessed with exclusively using firearms in a survival situation. Let's begin.
Get down!
In the year 2005, an airport is under siege when a passenger flight crash lands, causing chaos and mayhem when it's revealed that the passengers on this said plane are clearly infected by the T-virus, zombies. Unsurprisingly, before the horrific crash, our girl of the hour, Claire Redfield, has arrived to meet with a friend while in between her current job of being a humanitarian through a company called TerraSave. There's a strange subplot with an unsavory character named Senator Ron Davis. This guy sucks and the whole country hates him. Sound familiar? Honestly, the Japanese got this right. Yes, as a fellow American, our politicians are scumbags. That's a fact. Filthy white fleshbags seeking to destroy any happiness to pocket the unearned dollar.
Please, help me.
Attention, all persons inside the terminal.
After this event happens, the only ones who live are thanks to Claire, being one of the survivors of Raccoon City. Also, because of these events, it has prompted local authorities, a special response team, because they have things like this in the past and currently still happening, these outbreaks, and then the US military, to bring out all their special units. While the airport is being attacked, Claire and her small group of survivors remain hidden. My boy steps in, but he looks kinda different. Enter Leon S. Kennedy.
Who the hell are you?
Leon S. Kennedy.
Leon looks weird. More about that later, but first he meets with Angela Miller and Greg. Greg gets no last name because of my own doing, and soon enough you'll see why. Leon is a federal agent who has the highest rank out of anyone, by the way. Leon dictates a simple plan to leave all soldiers out except for Angela and Greg, and himself to risk no further infection. This is Resi, things always go bad. Leon takes the charge through the dark hallways of the airport searching for Senator Ron Davis. This is when he runs into his first zombies, and Greg thinks he's a hotshot, but feverishly fucks up, and Leon reprimands him for that.
Wise, you waste time and ammunition, and that can prove to be fatal.
Leon finds Davis, but he also gets to reunite with Claire, which is a big moment back in the day because these two both starred in Resident Evil 2 and have finally come back together a decade later. Oh, I do find it cute, Claire's weapon is an umbrella that looks like the Umbrella Corporation logo.
Never saw this coming.
Leon and Claire and the others make a mad dash out of the airport, but that loser Greg gets bitten. He should have had cover, but as I've rewatched this 1,000th time, Leon could have saved him, but actively didn't, and the animators know that. They do their best to pretend he's busy, and Greg gets a hero's death. And Claire, Leon, Davis, and company make it out. Leon directs the military into what's happening inside the airport. While soldiers file in, we get to take a little break outside in the camps. This is when the stunning-esque hero man arrives, Frederick Downing. Not related to Iron Man or Doctor Doom. Frederick, can I call him Fred? No, better. We're gonna call him Freddy. So Freddy works for a different pharmaceutical company called Will Pharma. Freddy presents that Will Pharma has created a cure to the T-virus and has won the approval to administer this drug across the living populace and the infected at the airport. Leon is out, he did his thing, he's cool, let's move on. But Claire, being a humanitarian, wants to spend time with Freddy. And like a guy whose nickname is Freddy, he's a piece of shit.
Introduce Frederick Downing. He's the one who developed a vaccine for the virus.
While Freddy's figuring a way to basically murder our precious Claire Redfield, Leon is learning about Angela and her brother. See, Angela's brother is Curtis. Curtis used to work for Will Pharma, but it came at a horrific cost and vowed on his dead family's lives that he would expose the world towards the evils of Will Pharmaceuticals. It's kind of redundant now that I said that. Will Pharma Pharmaceuticals. Leon finds out Douche McGee, Freddy, is a backstabbing traitor, dashes towards to save Claire and Angela while fighting the G-virus tyrant, her brother Curtis, in a strange hellscape of collapsing hanging gardens. here in this film, they made sure to have representation of the video games and their lore, but they have also entered a new space. If you don't know, and maybe some of you have heard of me about this, Capcom thinks of Resi in trilogies. So currently in this year, 2026, RE9 Requiem has been released. That is RE7 and 8 and 9, Biohazard Village Requiem. That's why they have those subtitles. But here it's 2008, and the last plot forward release was 2005 RE4, and the last plot forward released in 2005, Resident Evil 4. I don't know if you guys have heard about this game. It's a cute game with cute gore. So the success of Resident Evil 4 really changed the atmosphere for the franchise, and it made it more action-oriented and more world-driven. If you really look at Resident Evil, we spent a lot of time in Raccoon City. I mean, it starts there, right? You could say Arkley Mountains, but the Arkley Mountains, the city dwells in the shadow of the mountain, okay? But once we moved on with Resident Evil 4, when Leon has to go to some place in Europe where they exclusively speak Spanish, but don't worry, we're not going to name drop this place, then we start to do this, like, this can happen anywhere. They wanted it to be big. They wanted it to be global, right? And that's one of the contributing factors for this movie to exist. This theme will bleed deeply into the next two numbered sequels of this franchise, remember, trilogies, so 5 and 6. And obviously, 5 is the fabled African adventure. Because of this thematic endeavor, the Resident Evil world will delve into the infinite darkness and redesign itself as a war-torn world. We also use the TNG virus because, I don't know, it keeps casual people on track. As I know it, this film is for the table. But the sole purpose of this movie is to reward us with the next bad guy, Tricell. Now it's a Resident Evil 5 reference. Okay, Leon. Leon looks weird. He almost has what I would say, and forgive me for this, but I'm trying to describe the way he looks. He looks like he has an Asian face, but especially around the eyes. Another note is his bangs. They're too thin or transparent. He also is missing his knife, which is a key weapon for him. He does, however, still have his standard issue pistol, and he also has his blacktail as a backup. It's another gun from Resident Evil 4. It hits slightly softer than the other, but it can shoot way faster. The best thing about this version is that he's voiced by Paul Mercier, who voiced Leon in the original Resident Evil 4.
Claire, try not to get killed.
Okay, ditto.
Claire is here and she doesn't do much. After Leon saves her and the other survivors, she's relegated to basically setting up the rest of the plot that takes us to Will Pharma's research lab, where the finale will take place. Claire does get Leon's main pistol and pulls off some wicked shots. That's more akin to Code Veronica's opening cutscene. Angela and Curtis. Angela is part of a special team and is tasked with containing the airport, and she looks like a blow-up doll. That's not my words, that was Judgmental Critter, and I thought it was pretty funny because she's supposed to be this like attractive woman, but thanks to the animation, it looks weird. And as our heroes try to understand why the outbreak happens, it's revealed that her older brother, Curtis, has lost his family thanks to Will Pharma. I already said this. Now he is on a vendetta to reveal how bad this corporation is. His anger takes it too far and he injects himself with the G virus. Through his transformation, he looks very similar to Will Bergen from RE2, who developed and self-induced this virus into himself. The G virus, Leon will explain it basically to you, but one of the worst things about becoming this thing is it's incestual. Birkin was after his daughter Sherry, and Curtis will go after Angela. And that's weird. That's just a weird horror thing to put in there.
Isn't that right, Curtis?
Resident Evil Degeneration gets a cute 2 out of 5 stars. It's not the animation, it's not the thingies. It's got a terrible plot. It's like a run-of-the-mill of what Resi is like. We have a narrative that struggles to set up the airport, which was simply resolved once Leon stepped in. Then back to the ground building up the Will Pharma research facility. The only thing that really got me, like, yes, we're fighting basically a tyrant, Curtis, the G-monster, right? The fight takes too long. Like, so long, even Leon thought the guy was dead, and then he came back to keep fighting. It goes over the top, it gets goofy, and it's actually just boring because of the length of it. If they took it in smaller bits, it would have worked better, but to basically be like, this is the entree, it's too much, because your entree is now a buffet. So I do like the movie, but seriously, the second one is way better. I highly recommend you watch that one. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed the review. I enjoy coming back to the world of Resi quite regularly. It never bothers me. I kind of live there rent-free. So like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.